Hello everybody, my name is Bill the Mighty Dolphin, and it's Valentine's Day once again. And despite my two very professional guides on how to get a date, the rest of you is hideous. What are you, a cop?
Shawty's like a melody.
I still don't have a date for Valentine's Day. Maybe I actually need to go out there and actually talk to girls and then I'll... Let me get back to you on that. MiSide is an indie horror game released by... How the hell do you pronounce that? Ahiesto? Released on Steam December 10th, 2024 to positive reviews. Now, was this game's popularity due to its impactful gameplay or insightful story? Honestly, what do you think? It scares me that I can't find a concrete answer on this girl's age. So we open up the game and it gives us the classic choose a language menu. They have English for the text, but not for the voices. Only Russian, Brazilian, Japanese, and so on. Maybe for the best though, because we've all seen how the English dub of things from another language tend to go.
Played these games before! I said I played these games before! Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, but don't worry, they got you covered if you speak Undertale. So the game starts with our main character, who is your average anime boy MC. He's a programmer. You can look around his room as he comments on the random objects strewn about. I spent like 10 minutes staring at this picture of a cat laying on a watermelon. This alone was worth the $15 price tag. Anyways, you're meant to pick up your phone as you get a message as you were emailed the latest build of a mobile game that you were the developer for. The whole plot revolves around this game, but I don't think it's ever actually named. It's just referred to as The Game, which you just lost by the way. We open the game and we meet Mita. The game is sort of an idle dating sim where you do little tasks for Mita. And I just gotta say, this is a totally unrealistic representation of a modern mobile game. Why isn't there an ad for Royal Match every 12 seconds?
I need somebody help, not just anybody.
Anyways, you help her clean up, move things around, help her cook with the most excruciating controls for chopping a carrot ever, help her find her hairbrush. Who the hell puts a chainsaw in the oven? And you play mini games to buy things. Oh, I know this one. It goes into the square hole. After playing the game for... Jesus Christ. Mita expresses how she wishes she could meet you in real life. So she pulls you into the game. No, I don't want to be an isekai protagonist. Mita is nowhere to be found, so we do some exploring and find a mysterious machine. Common sense is telling me not to touch the machine, but I just finished replaying Bendy and the Ink Machine and I am easily influenced by video games. I'm not allowed in any airports ever again. Anyways, time for some fetch questing. We find the things, put them on the pedestal, and the power goes out. So we need to find some batteries. So we restart the machine, and so far, it looks like nothing's changed and... Mita explains she brought us into the game to be with us, and she begs us to stay with her for a bit before we leave. We investigate the house where you can interact with all sorts of things and ask Mita questions. Eventually, she takes us to the kitchen where we find a ring. We turn away for a second, and now it's cutting board for carrots. Mita explains it away as video game logic. Okay, so we have to cut the carrots again, but there's no way they somehow made it more annoying than the opening, right? Mina then asks us to grab scissors from the bathroom. We head into the bathroom and notice an open vent. Investigate it and we find some cartridges with names on them. And as the player goes to put away his dish because we have manners and clean up after ourselves, our vision becomes glitchy. Mita takes us to the bathroom and gives us a pill to cure us.
Barnacles, I hate the pill.
We ask how the pill works so fast, and Mita once again brushes it off as video game logic. We wake up and find the rooms have been rearranged. We find Mita, and she says she wanted to make a more comfortable layout. We head into the living room where... Man, I hate when the action gets cut by a... We have to hang out with Mita for a bit, and so we play a game on her console.
Don't patronize me.
We go into her room and play some cards until we hear a knocking coming from the wardrobe. We go to investigate, but Mita stops us. We insist, and she decides to let us see. She snaps her fingers, and suddenly it's dark. Man, I can't see a thing. No, that's actually really helpful. We walk through the house and go through some spooky crap. We follow a pair of legs to the basement key and enter the creepy basement. We find another Mita in a cage. This is nice Mita. We give her the key to the cell, and she gives us the ring we found earlier. She reveals how the other Mita, called Crazy Mita, uses players for a while until she's done with them before turning them into cartridges. Well, if worse comes to worse and I become a cartridge, I still might at least get blown on. Crazy Mita comes down and searches for us. The ring helps us evade her, and we get out of the basement and... oh shit, I forgot to download Source. We end up in a liminal space. We find another player who just wants to find Mita. And then we have to herd a bunch of little people through a tiny door. We find nice Mita and... hold on a second. We meet up with nice Mita, and she introduces us to cool Mita, aka Cappy, who will help us get to the core of the game so we can reboot Crazy Mita. But plot twist, Cappy has amnesia because Crazy Mita found out about the plan and killed her, which automatically reboots her and wipes her memory. So, why don't we just kill Crazy Mita then? I have a blunt flashlight. Just wait for her and beat her to death. Seems a lot simpler. But no, nice Mita takes the ring and starts working on a new path to the core. Meanwhile, we have to keep Cappy entertained. You can play some DDR, first by 2 left, or you can play the button game, which requires a special crop. I don't know how to respond to this. I need an adult. Alright. In reality, it's a simple press the button game. Press it before Mita does, and you get to whack her on the head with a hammer. Nice Mita gives us the ring back, and we're on our way. We head down the short hallway. The loop. I don't see how... oh. So we go through the loop over and over again. PT did this way better. Come across... well, that was disturbing. Go forward, find a bat, come across a thing again.
Dude, I warned you. I said I was going to do that if you did that again.
Do a dumb clock puzzle, and we meet Tiny Mita. Am I supposed to be terrified? Because she's still pretty cute despite all the mutation. She wants us to stay with her and be her friend. I mean, we can be friends, but I'm not staying in this hallway. We jump out the window and... okay, forget Tiny Mita. Chibi Mita is the cutest thing ever. Well, aside from my cat.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
G-Mita helps us for no apparent reason. She doesn't even seem to be part of the Mita resistance. That's a sentence I just said. You go through this door and find a room full of sad Mitas, then you come across Short Hair Mita. Getting real creative with the names, guys. She takes us to the attic and makes us play this arcade game where we create and check different Mitas. I did this game perfectly, and I still have no clue how it works. After we beat the game, Short Hair Mita tells us how the unfinished Mitas will hunt us down, and the only way to stop them is by looking at them. Because this is an entire trope in horror games. Get chased by the unfinished Mitas into... escape the back rooms, and we end up in... would now be a bad time to say I'm afraid of heights? Go through the passage and find a secret hole. Type in a password and get invited to a Histo's Discord server. Neat. Also, watch out for the fridge. Get through that and find a sky rail. Hey look, another Chibi Mita. Aw. Okay, time for a random on-rails shooter segment. We find another arcade machine, and this is Doom. Damn it, I just made a Doom joke. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do something different for this. Oh, I got it.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't really wanna make
and Mita comes out of the shadows. But she has no face, as supposedly Crazy Mita stole it. She points us in the right direction and, oh, for the love of... Get past that nightmare, and we find Sleepy Mita, who we need to wake up to get past this door. Alright, Mita, let's go. Just pull the switch in. God damn it. So we finally get Sleepy Mita to open the door, and we find a button. We press the button, and nothing happens. We try to leave, and... You know, I've been trying to avoid making a Doki Doki Literature Club joke all this video, given a similar plot. This is not helping. So we meet TV Mita, who is an absolute fucking bitch. Look, I know some of you are into tsundere, but I'm not. So fuck off, Mita, and fuck you, Emily, from middle school. You know what you did. 2D Mita steals our ring, and to get it back, we need to beat her at tic-tac-toe. Our game gets interrupted by Crazy Mita, and even she thinks this crap is stupid. Can we please go back to 3D? My wish is granted, and we meet Mila. She's not like other Mitas. She's a nerdy, quirky girl. And I'm not like other guys. I'm actually 5 raccoons stacked on top of each other wearing a trench coat. I'm sorry you had to find out like this. We try to leave through the door, and we accidentally open the multiverse. Search through the house, and you find this glitch. So naturally, you stick your hand in there. We do a minigame, and I guess we have to do another. So we search the house, walk in on Mila in the shower, get scolded for walking in on Mila in the shower because that's f***ing creepy, you pervert. And then we find another black hole. Man, these minigames are kind of boring.
Alright, hit me with this. Didn't work.
Much better. We search for Mila, and she asks us if we want to stay and read with her. Sorry, Mila, but last time I joined a book club with an anime girl, damn it, I was doing so good! So we go into another black hole.
Peter, what are you doing? What the fuck?
Anyways, one more black hole. Play Space Invaders, but not the weird Michael Bay-ass 2002 game, Space Raiders. Yeah, that's real, look it up. Anyways, we beat all the black holes, and just as we're about to head out, Mila has an emotional breakdown and begs us to stay with her. But we have a mission to accomplish. So we leave and... Why don't I hear a chainsaw? Mita corners us and makes us play Squid Game. We fall down into this unfinished house where... Here's Creepy Mita. Crazy Mita keeps her as a pet. We escape her and meet up with Nice Mita at the core. We're finally here. We log into the computer and I spend way too much time playing reverse Tetris, not realizing this was an optional minigame. Type in the character version we want to reset and the character index. Wait, we don't have that. Nice Mita tells us to sit down and wait for her. So we wait.
2 hours later.
Can I leave the stove on?
Several days later.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. We get up and search for Nice Mita. We leave the room and...
I'm back in the fucking building again!
We find her phone and it shows us the POV of a person. We naturally walk this person towards us, because why not, and it's Crazy Mita. What was the point of that? She monologues, brings in Creepy Mita, and asks us if we think she's pretty. It's a trick! It's a trick! We wake up back in our bed and we go about our normal day. Get dressed, eat some ramen, do some coding, go to bed. Wait, if we work from home, why did we need to get dressed? We wake up the next day and do it again. Okay, I see what's going on here. It's a way to show how mundane our normal life is, like using repetition to show it instead of tell. So we probably only have to do this a few times and we get the point, right? Eventually, Mita jump scares us and we are told to run a program we haven't run on before on our computer. Oh shit, that's right, the plot. We open the program and we get a third-person view of ourselves. We sit down in a chair, and then we do it again, And then again, why do I like video games? Suddenly Mita is sitting on her chair and lectures us about how our life in the real world is no different than her world, being trapped in a small house for the rest of your life, and we would be safer with her.
Yeah, well, I can go to Dairy Queen, bitch.
Mita pops out of the computer and sits in a way that makes the real horror of this game the fear of your parents walking in while you play it. Suddenly, you wake up in the cell in her basement. Nice Mita comes to the rescue and saves us. We follow her out and... well, that's just rude. After Nice Mita respawns, the player forgets all about that plot thread about how the Mitas will forget everything after they respawn. But luckily, Nice Mita found the character index, so we take her back to the core and reset Crazy Mita. We end up back in the house, and it seems to have worked. Mita doesn't seem to remember us, so we try to leave, but there's a wall in the way. Mita tells us how she found the basement and thinks there might be something there. So we go down, put in our employee ID, and we are finally able to leave. We hug Mita goodbye, and she reveals that the reset didn't work, and she remembers everything, because she is from a version of the game that doesn't exist. She kicks us out back to reality. We delete the game from our phone, and... man, I really need to update my setup. These lag spikes are just ridiculous. The lag then cuts to Mita opening a safe and then pulling our cartridge out. And that's where the game ends, but there are two other endings. But they both require you to play the slow-ass opening again. So for this one, you need to meet these conditions, and you can choose to stay with Mita. This unlocks Peaceful Mode, which by the time I'm writing this, isn't out. So essentially...
Great. What do I win? Nothing!
For the next ending, we proceed as normal, get to the basement, then head straight for the safe. Remember the code Mita typed in at the end of the game? Wait, you don't? Google the code, type it in, pull out a cartridge, and the game just ends. Overall, MiSide is a fun horror experience with some fun twists on the typical walking simulator gameplay. Well, on the surface, it seems like your typical take on something non-scary becoming scary. Looking deeper, you can see a commentary about how people engage with media, or at least that's how I see it. It's fully open to interpretation. With Peaceful Mode upcoming, it'll be interesting to see where this game goes, or even if the story gets continued in some way. Now with all that being said, I'm interested to see how others interpret this game. So let's see what the fans think about this. There's so much